will be streaming for about an hour. Or until we hit episode 4. I'm live. Live from Saturday Night Live. You're live. Great. We're back in action here. GeForce Experience. Can I turn that off? Task Manager. GeForce Experience. NVIDIA. That's what I'm looking for. NVIDIA. Container 4, Container 2. Hey, in the chat, if someone can tell me how to turn off NVIDIA in-game recorder, that'd be great. Because I feel like it's impacting my my performance on my computer. Is that someone's cell phone? You better go pick it up. Continue game. This feels so. The fact that it does when I press that and it just says Steam Cloud, it's kind of scary because I'm like, does it have it?
Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. You're my best
Gosh,
friend, and I'm
Barry.
worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
Good girl. Oh gosh, that
How the
is
hell did she get her
mathematically
hands on the
creepy.
manuscript anyway.
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of
The trailer park where Rose lives is a cozy place that recently had a bit of a shock when a sailing boat picked up by a tornado crashed in the middle of 2 trailers. This is a location that for a long time looked like it was not going to make it in the final game, but I'm glad it did because I think it's one of those places that helps define the character and style of the game in a visual way. When we went out photo shooting along the Pacific Northwest area, we came across many trailer parks and we have plenty of material for them. So I think that really shows in the authenticity of this location.
So much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970 and Zane went down with the island.
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers. Come on, mister. I'll take you to Rose's trailer.
This is giving me heavy rain vibes.
Just follow me. It's not far.
Heavy rain. Heavy rain. Oh, dear Lord, 3 things I pray. To love thee more dearly. Follow thee more nearly. Something clearly day by day. Day by day. Day by day. Oh, dear Lord. 3 things I pray. Can I sprint? No, Barry. I got a berry in my way. Berry in my way. Got a berry in my way. Berry's in the way. Got a berry. Got a berry in the way. Berry gotta bury the weight. I'm very. I like cake. Chocolate is my favorite. Favorite. Yeah, I'm helping the community. Got diplomatic immunity. I read a book.
Listen, I got things to do. This place don't run itself.
I read books. It's like working out, but in my mind.
Oh, give me a break, mister. Can we just get a move on?
In my mind. Spending time. Making dimes. Randolph. It's a good, strong British name. The Duchy. Believed that's some sort
It
of.
gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag. Comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Breakdown. Boom, boom, boom. Breakdown. Dun, 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 dun. Breakdown.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
I actually don't know why. Oh yeah, because she called to come. Yeah, but she's being controlled by a hag lady. Actually, literally.
Welcome to. Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please come in.
Hey, this is really good. Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What?
Oh.
What?
Oh. Pianos are playing? That's not good.
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on.
Turn the lights on.
Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
Oh.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road. Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
You're right. I deserve more money. I'm so handsome.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you. A nice day. Come back soon.
Get up, Barry. Oh, just leaves a trailer.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I have to find a way to get Barry in
The Dark
car.
Presence is the main adversary in our game,
There was no
and
time to waste.
you know, I wouldn't necessarily call it evil, but it is completely alien to our world, and that may pretty much be the same thing. We don't really want to explain the Dark Presence in too much detail. We kind of want it to remain a mystery, but let me say this much. It's definitely not human. It doesn't think the way we do. A good example of this would be when Wake actually escapes from the cabin, and he actually just sits there and writes the whole thing into the story, and the Dark Presence is right there, and it just doesn't understand what's going on. It doesn't work on that level of logic. On the other hand, it can be very devious. For example, it has no problems whatsoever using Alice and Rose against Wake in a very, very sort of, contrived manner, and it works very well too. We talked quite a bit about the Dark Presence being weak in the beginning of the game, and that's true as far as it goes, but it only refers to the foothold it has in our world. Now, it is strong. It is very, very strong and very, very big in its own world.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF FM.
Hey, Pat, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I am the way you are, but, I can't sleep either, I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either,
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had argument with Danny, Danny, and, then I got in trouble with the law, and, I'm just,
I heard something like that, Walt.
yeah, well, he's, Danny's my best friend, and, they let me out on bail today, and now I'm just alone here at the window, waiting, man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
I was just outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know. Something's gonna happen. I think I better go.
Well, Walt, Well, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
How can I be sure you won't walk away?
I can't believe a guy that would speak like that would play music like this. It's just too good to be true. Whoever did the music for Alan Wake has a really good sense of music, I feel. I respect it. Oh, hey, it's another human being.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Slade!
Bullet time! Back in the woods.
I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Give it up, Mr. Wake! Come on! Make it easy on him! Get up to it! Don't let him get away! Move it! Move it! Move it! I'll have you shot if you let him get away!
You think, like, if you're really in this situation, like, you really have to... You really would, like, try to save your wife. This is reminding me of Beyond Two Souls right now.
Stop running! Freeze! Okay, men. Keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
Oh, damn.
That's cool. Now it's like you gotta avoid the light. It's good game design. Good game design.
He's gone! Come on, guys! We need to head him off!
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the rider on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
The dark presence sleeps. Wow. Interesting. I was watching, where was it? Rings of Power. I just got around to watching Rings of Power, and they were talking about an evil that sleeps as well. In that, because Galadriel is chasing Sauron. Drop hazard.
Search the area! Stay sharp!
So the Bible says, be sober, for the enemy, the devil, prowls about like a lion. Doesn't say anything about him sleeping. But then there's a chapter in Genesis that says sin like waits at the door. And then Satan like asked God to sift his people like wheat. So there is something about evil and Darkness Waiting. Darkness
This horror
Waiting
was
sounds like a title of
everywhere
a
I went,
movie.
circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Not a monster. Wow, they got the helicopter after Alan. Alan!
Hold it right there. There's nowhere to run. Freeze!
Oh, the crows. The crows are attacking. I will give you the treasure of darkness. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Morgoth. Okay.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over. Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, what are you doing? Come on. Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The, Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh, yeah, I'll bet it does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
Alright.
I could see the lights at the radio station in the distance.
Gotta get to the radio station. It's time to go. Oh.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine. Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without the light. There was no power to the searchlight.
How do we get power to the searchlight? Searchlight power. Oh, something over here. Something over here, folks. One, 2, 3. Yeah. We're gonna do what you do in video games, and that's when you aim lights at things. Oh, finally, got a flashlight. Okay.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades.
Here we see
Flashbang.
one of the most useful tools that the gameplay designers have. We call it beds, or bringing enemies to the scene. It started off as a simple spawning system, but as time went on, it evolved into something bigger. It actually now incorporates build-up as well. You hear the whispers and sounds that the darkness creates, and, well, the darkness itself actually appearing in the forest. It hides the enemies when they actually get close to you. On top of that, we have a reveal system, which shows the first enemy attacking you, but we do it only once per combat. After that, you're on your own.
Weird. We have flashbangs. Switzerland seems like a great place to live. Oh! Oh, that literally kills them. Hey! Hey! Let's wait till there's 3 of you guys. We don't want to waste no ammo. Ow. Oh.
And here's another call. You're on KBF-FM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door and they're popping off guns there.
They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10-15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
Well, I'm certainly going to give the station a call, Milt.
Okay.
You'll hear it here as soon as I hear from them.
Okay, thanks.
Four of them. Got an achievement for that. Uh-huh. Re-up. Re-up. Almost there.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the corner.
We don't see a lot of Pat Maine in the game, but actually he has a considerable presence. One of the problems with Alan Wake was that we really wanted to maintain that small town atmosphere, but that's very hard to do when, you don't actually spend a lot of time in the small town itself. A familiar and dependable radio will solve that problem. Also, I think RJ Allison, who plays Pat Maine, did a wonderful job. He really nails the character, and it's so great to be alone in the dark and then hear that warm and dependable voice.
Warm and dependable voice.
Well, thank you very much for that
Compassionate viewpoint, Lorna. The Night Owl, the voice of Pat Maine, all night, every night, all night. This guy streams all night. Maybe this should be maybe you can call in. I should have people call in. I gotta get like a burner phone and have people call in.
Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in. Folks, I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Hey!
Come on in, Mr. Wake.
I'd like to be a famous
I'm so glad you could
horror
find the
author.
time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt.
Whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him. What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Oh man, I wanted to hang out with the radio host there.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me? H.P. Lovecraft.
Here we have another really well set up journey. The train depot and the bridge in the distance well visible from early on. As an interesting side note, this whole area was originally just a minor branch. Not even a branch. Alan Wake just basically had to get a car from the forest and continue towards the mining museum. With months of iteration and looking at the possibilities given by the environment, we found out that this area could have lots of poltergeist events, could have hidden routes and so forth. The bridge and the train depot all appearing far later in their development.
Flares, man. That's awesome. So we got 2 flares and got those flashbangs. Oh, found it. We got a revolver. That's also cool. The reticle for this game is actually the flashlight. That is pretty. That's a good design. These guys, man.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
Turn them on. Turn them all on. Shotgun. Hey. What the heck, man? Oh, they're only available for a little bit. Oh, I need a flare. Flare. Bam. I've been playing The Last of Us. They ain't know that. They ain't know that. They didn't know The Last of Us. I've been lasting it up. I'm surviving in Seattle. They don't know that. They don't know that. I have a wife. I have a kid in a farmhouse in Seattle. Okay, they know I'm protecting. I'm staying on business. You talking about Best Buy? I'm talking about Ellie and Joel. I'm talking about Abby and Dana. I'm talking about Isaac. They think they coming against just a little Arthur, little Aardvark. Shoot. Wait. Where we're trying to go? Reach the train depot. Actually, why would I brag about that? I know the Lord. That's what I can brag. That's what the Bible says I can brag about. I know the Lord. Lord Jesus Christ. I know him. Okay? I can legally boast. I can divine legality. I have divine legality. Boasting on. I know the Lord. I know him. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Picking up the batteries. Why are you mad at me? I'm just picking up the batteries. He's a rapper. He's Puerto Rican.
Hello?
He's Andrew Pavone.
Alice? Alice?
Alan, I'm so afraid. Keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
Doesn't seem that
The connection
scared.
had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call.
Yeah, she sounded
wrong somehow, but she had called me. The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage. Before
That's the poltergeist.
Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
What's this way? Hopefully some ammo. Flares. Shotgun. Bunch of revolver ammo. Man, how you gonna give me ammo and then require me to use it? I gotta go back now because I gotta read it. Pick up revolver ammo. Lord help me. The body. Do not fear those that can destroy the body. Was it in
I could see a railway bridge up ahead.
Order, Father,
and a warehouse of some sort.
Everybody knows the movie Poltergeist, but I wouldn't say that it was the origin for this idea. This game is about possession. It's about the dark presence taking over everything in the world. It started off with humans, and, well, in the design, the inanimate objects were the next logical step. One of the hardest things to do was to convey intent. The objects don't have any body language, unlike the tape. How we ended up with the current feature was that the lead writer actually encountered a problematic physical object. It flickered around the terrain erratically, and you really couldn't tell what is going to happen next. And that ended up being a real feature. And here you can see the result.
Oh gosh. No, where's the flares? Right here. Whoa!
I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me. As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Picking up a flare. Open. Shotgun ammo. Batteries. Push that button. Dang it. Well, dag nabbit. got flares.
The dark presence can take over almost anything. That includes machinery like vehicles. In the next scene you will see the bulldozer attacking you, and it might be familiar to you from demos that have been shown in different shows before. I would like to say that plenty of thought and research went into this, but the fact is that it was basically just a lucky test when we fooled around with the AI and physics. And here you can see the results.
We take the facts of our existence for granted, unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Derlis' trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less
Let's see if I can do this Twilight Zone voice.
until tonight.
Till tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Derlith, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition, but you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Derlith.
Well, I guess that's the least I... What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What did you...
Oh, Mr. Derlith, you have well pleased Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory.
This is so creepy. This is creepier because we can't see the TV screen.
Be calm.
Alvin Derlith learned a harsh lesson. If you
Go looking for mythology. It may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. In Night Springs. In Night Springs. All right.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake.
Here it comes! Oh gosh! Okay. Whoa. Am I supposed to... Am I supposed to actually fight this thing? Oh my gosh. Oh, what the freak is happening? Got ran over. Okay. Oh.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
All right. What did we miss? Go to the coal mine. Go to the coal mine. Coal mine museum.
This daytime driving sequence is great to have in the final game, especially considering that it was a source of debate earlier on. It's fairly hard to actually see this kind of sequences, are they actually working or not, before we have the final environment, the mood, the sounds, and so forth. Of course, now it is great to have in the final game. It provides a very nice change of pace in the middle of episode 3, and it provides a great showcase for our technology, our views, and also it's great to see the environment that you usually see in the night, covered in shadows and in fog, in its full glory.
Over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Oh my gosh. Can I drive that car? Can I drive that car? Yes, you can. Whoa-wee, wowie. Let's see what's up in here, though, first. What kind of goodies are up in here?
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big-shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order, either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
The feel of history and roots is somehow very present in the whole Pacific Northwest area. It's one of those things that lends the unique feel to this region. This was once a very inaccessible and thus isolated region, but in the turn of the 19th and 20th century, as railroads started getting built, it was suddenly connected to the rest of the country. This greatly benefited industries like mining, for example, because now ore could easily be transported across vast distances. Towards 1960s and 1970s, mining steadily declined, but this area is still filled with all sorts of landmarks and reminders of that once blooming industry. To me, these kinds of things really matter because they are the reason behind why things are and look the way they are. So, long story short, decaying structures like old train carts and mining structures and tipple buildings are really a part of the history of this area. And that's all the reason we needed to include one of those beautiful tipple buildings as a location in the game. As many of its real-world counterparts, it serves now as a museum.
Visitor parking.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
In 1970, a volcanic eruption below Cauldron Lake, while relatively minor, caused most of the deep mining tunnels to collapse or flood. 32 miners lost their lives in the calamity, and all mining around Bright Falls came to a final stop. Now, many of the remaining buildings are protected as historical landmarks.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Damn. That's frustrating. That would be very frustrating.
Wait.
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by you.
You want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello! Ah! I'm gonna kill him! I had to get to Mirror Peak. It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, light in the darkness. That is who you are. You the light in the darkness. That is who you are.
Okay, now this whole kidnapping thing is a red herring, of course. It's just an attempt to manipulate Wake and to get him to deliver the manuscript. The so-called kidnapper, Mott, well, he doesn't have Alice. He doesn't know where Alice is, and neither does Dr. Hartman, the guy who's hired Mott. But they do know that Wake will do anything to get Alice back, so, you know, they use her. They're nice people like that. The problem is that Wake doesn't have the manuscript at all. He doesn't know where it is. He has a couple of pages, but of course, that's not enough. So, they're lying to Wake about having Alice, and Wake is lying to them about having the manuscript, and nobody has much of anything. It doesn't end very well for Mott, you know, who is going to get his in a couple of minutes, well, no, a little longer. And Dr. Hartman doesn't have such a great day either. You know, what can I say? Karma's a bitch.
All right. Oh. Owie. Crap. No. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Flashbangs. Flashbang. Who remembers CS Source? That's the Counter-Strike I played with CS Source. I don't know about this CSGO nonsense. Maybe I should stream that one day. That just to try it out. The hell? Hello. Damn. Took me out. Oh no. Oh well, we streamed more than an hour, so we made the hour goal. We're gonna save here. Can't save, but it'll save automatically. Hey guys, it's been awesome. It's been a real awesome time hanging out with you guys. Alan Wake is a great game. Reminds me of the fall weather. That's coming soon. Have a great night. I hope you be blessed.